So, Totton Drama Festival, and we were taking Stop the Traffic, again, very confidently, but I was quite determined not to have the situation we had in Dunnolan where we turned up without having rehearsed properly. And also we were very, very keen, I don't know whether you remember, you didn't have many lines in it because you were so much movement based, but very keen on pronouncing T's and consonants. That was a big thing because we thought if we can't be heard, we're not going to get any points. That's what had happened in Dunnolan, and the lesson was learned. So there we are. Saturday the 27th of March, we had a good slot there. We performed. That's our lovely cast. A really, really strong cast to perform there. And we had a great adjudication, and a really good adjudication. Charlie probably hasn't thought about or heard this for many, many, many years. So the adjudication was by Keith Thompson. And he said, the audience are offered a preset scene to digest. Interesting groups or heaps of actors in effective poses kept very still, just like my dad had noticed. The metallic, angular set was very stylish and imposing and offered many opportunities for climbing and expressive movement. The projection of frequently powerful abstract images was expertly done. I mean, here, another word about Danny. Danny Sturrock was ahead of his time. So for a youth theatre, to have moving projections at the back of the stage built into the set was pretty unusual in professional theatre, let alone in youth theatre. So we were lucky with the level of expertise we had with Danny, Dave, Chip doing the set design. The use of music, this is Dave, was well controlled and the costumes were straightforward and effective. Matching t-shirt with just two, the Predators, in red. And the great idea of Cat Chivers was to put the hand on the front of the t-shirt, and then on the back each person had a quote from the play that was significant to something they do in the play.
Mine was "Smile, it'll be over soon."
Nice opposite comment from the way, yeah. All the moves, both naturalistic and stylised physical theatre, were well rehearsed and thought out. I mean, we certainly were well rehearsed on this one, weren't we? As opposed to the Dunnolan thing where when we went into Totton, we weren't ready. While offering good opportunities for the director, this would be less advantageous to the actors. So obviously this was a showcase for me rather than the actors, he's saying. So when I saw the piece performed, I was surprised, pleased and rewarded by the slow, emphatic pace, which did not allow us to miss any of the points being made. The pauses were very effective. The writing and treatment still does not allow very much opportunity for detailed characterisation. This has always been a criticism of my work and was why in the early days Too Much Punch didn't ever get published. Having said that, the precision, inventiveness and passion of the cast and the piece and the disciplined performances of the group as a whole were most impressive. And then he does a little review of different people. So Phil Lane, who is the person working for human trafficking abroad, performed by Alex. Separate from the mob performance, he gave a good narrative. Well, that's an understatement. Smiles gave him a personality. Really nice little simple thing, and I can remember looking at that and thinking, yeah, I remember that, and talk to actors about smiling. It's a really important way of linking. Steve, Mike Mears, simple, persuasive delivery. Again, lovely, nicely underplayed. Alex, this would have been Catherine, giggly and enthusiastic. Her disbelief at some of the objectives was well done. Erin, which would have been Kylie, cheerful, easygoing, natural style in both her verbal and body language. A lovely, lovely review of that. The Predators, forceful and frightening, animated, disciplined performances. Rachel, Natasha Thomas. Now, Natasha was very young. She was probably in year 9 at this point, I would think, maybe year 10. And she went on to play Fiona in I Love You, Mum 8 years later, 7 years later. Nice. So this was her first performance, and she had the role of Phil's wife. Nicely involved reactions and delivery. She listened well to others. And this is important. I've always said to people that the reactions you make are so much more important, and they make the actor performing so much good. Mary, Jess's mother, I think that's Gemma, added the necessary maturity to the role, a really good emotional delivery, an actress who made the most of her part. The passport stealer, man too. Oh no, sorry. Then, a talented director and an enthusiastic and disciplined cast made this a fine theatrical experience. Finally, I cannot take the worthiness of this piece into account, but it should be applauded nonetheless. And that little last comment by Keith was maybe an indicator of what was to come. We didn't win. Winning was Maskers Theatre Company with the Cage Birds, who got 83 points. We didn't come second. Bench Theatre Company, the Party Guest, who got 82. And we got 79 points. We came third. So, despite winning, Best Actress, which was Gemma Aked-Priestley.
Oh, wow.
Best Youth Theatre Actor, Alex Chalk.
Of course.
We didn't get through to the second round. Did you know that?
Yeah, but...
After the evening had finished, someone quietly approached us and said, neither the team who won nor came second want to go through to the second round. So we were in the semi-final of the All England Theatre Festival Championship. And that was the first time, after the first production, Oasis Youth Theatre had entered, and we were through to a semi-final. We were pretty excited about that, but
Yeah.
a little bit miffed that we hadn't got there of our own accord, kind of thing.